So Voltage, as a solution center, can you tell me kind of the big difference you've seen between ICs and end clients, and what's the thing you've really noticed has changed over the last few years?
Okay, great question, by the way. And I think there is a gap, and that gap is a good thing because that's where the opportunity is. And the consultant obviously has the benefit of all the knowledge from THO and suppliers like us that provide our findings, our research, what we've done with other organizations, and kind of put those campaigns together, and we pass that information on to the actual consultant, in which they in turn obviously pass that information on to the client. So it's about the flow of knowledge. And as we continue to grow and support our consultants, at the same time, I understand it's just as important to support our growing clients.
Right.
So you being in the business on the other side, where you're speaking to these clients, how would you talk about in terms of what do you do in terms of maintaining that?
Well, it's interesting because what we've seen is a real change in what clients and associations and groups are looking for. WSI has really become the voice of digital marketing, and in that structure, what we've been able to do, I think, from a community standpoint, is take the best of the best, and we bring forward, white papers, instructional, or basically educational webinars, and now webinar workshops that we've developed for association and groups to help leverage our knowledge and share the best practices within the community, basically allowing us to really kind of help businesses understand where they're at today, where this whole digital trend is going, and what are the things they need to look at from a best practice standpoint, and really how to take advantage of it. It's been a collaboration of the IC community, WSI corporate, and some of our very highly specialized ICs that have specialties in certain market segments, and really bringing that knowledge together and sharing it with different groups across the world.
And I mean, and we always go back to knowledge, and I know I get this, and I'm sure consultants get this, is a vast amount of knowledge is already available on the internet.
Right.
How does a client determine, well, you know what, I read this on Google, somebody's saying do this, it's best practice, or somebody says, you know what, this is actually bad, it's going to hurt your website, and don't do this at all.
Right.
How does WSI distinguish between how do they filter, what's good, what's bad, and how to relay that information back?
Well, that's a great question. It's also a difficult question, but I think one of the key factors is really understanding that there's a lot of noise in the marketplace, and when you do searches, you have to kind of take everything you can with a grain of salt and understand how to filter it through, and that takes a tremendous amount of time and tremendous amount of energy. So one of the things that we've done in this whole association and marketing structure is actually kind of cleaned out the noise. So really kind of clean it out, get down to fundamentals and basics of how do you leverage different tools, whether it be from social media, whether it's search engine, whether it's paid advertising, display advertising, whether it's mobile marketing, whatever it is, and best practice around building websites and actually engaging your clients and being more interactive with your end clients. But we've eliminated that noise so that businesses get a much clearer, much better understanding of what to do and how to do it. And it's all through education. What comes from that is that some clients don't need to, you don't have to worry about this part of the business because your clients don't lie over here. So you only focus on what this is. It really allows them to focus on the benefits of where digital marketing is going.
Oh, and again, I think that's a great point you bring up because it really ties into from our side in terms of educating what a consultant needs or a client needs to really make a successful campaign. As you mentioned, there is a lot of noise, so sometimes you get, do I need Facebook or do I need Twitter? My competitors are on it, and people don't know what a tweet is or they don't know anything about Facebook yet, and they're like, my kids are on it, do I need to be on it as a business? And the answer is always not just yes or no, and that's really what that research comes down to, and you pointed it out. You got to really understand where that target audience is, and is your business there, your competitors there, your clients there, your prospects there, and do you need to be an active voice on those channels? And that same thought process, this is the type of training and education that we provide consultants. And again, I'm assuming that in your business, you're providing that right to the...
Exactly. So we take that knowledge as a group, and then we narrow it down, and we build it based on our group or the association we're working with to show them the best practices. And so that whole knowledge sequence is just in a complete 360. It's fantastic, actually.